Hello, and welcome to the Harris County Public Library's Lunchtime Travel, where today we will premiere not one, but two videos spotlighting the 1940s. Lunchtime Travel happens every third Friday and is part of our 100-year centennial celebration, where each month of 2021 we showcase a different decade and how the Harris County Library System grew during that time. But before we get started, I want to let you know about two upcoming virtual live centennial programs. First, on Wednesday, March 31st at 6:30 p.m., we welcome Tom and Haley Lynch, a husband and wife duo who front the Houston bands Vody and Dolly Barnes. Tom and Haley will be playing songs from and inspired by the 1940s, representing American folk and grassroots, and will join us live for a Q&A. Also, and on Wednesday, April 28th, get those bobby socks out because Alan Oldie's band will be performed rockin' hits from the 1950s. We're going to be broadcasting that live from our Freeman Branch Library right into the dance floor of your living room. So now let's check in with our favorite time-traveling librarians as they explore Harris County in the 1940s. If you remember, last month, they introduced you to head librarian Eleanor Buchanan during the 1930s. Now, today, you'll meet Thelma Sanders, the first branch manager for the West University Branch Library, and she keeps the library afloat during World War II. Enjoy.
Hello again, Harris County, and happy centennial. As we celebrate 100 years of library service, let's take a closer look at the 1940s.
A lot happened in the 1940s, even in our very own Harris County Public Library system. Wait, where's Leaf?
Oh, sorry guys. I've been filling in some gaps in my family tree. Did you know that Heritage Quest Online and Ancestry.com are available for free through the Harris County Public Library system? It's been awesome learning more about my family history. Anyway, are you guys ready to go?
Yep, let's get this show on the road.
Hello? Who is that? Oh dear, someone must need to return their books to the library. I'll just dash over and help them. Hello? 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 Sorry, I came as soon as I could. Wait, are my papers deceiving me? Why are you all dressed so odd? And why are you wearing a Viking helmet?
Yeah, that's just Leaf. It belongs to his ancestor. Well, we're very glad you came out to help us today. We're new to town and we're hoping you can give us some more information about the Harris County Public Library system.
I suppose I can help you with that. Well, for starters, my name is Thelma Sanders, and I'm the librarian at the West University branch of the library system. And you're standing in our temporary location. We opened several years ago in a community center, but right now it's being used by the Red Cross in the civil defense effort. So here we are. We have about 100 books in this library. It may seem like peanuts compared to some of the other branches, but I can assure you that our patrons are well taken care of.
Wow, it's awesome that the library can contribute to the community and the country during this time of need. What else is happening in Harris County? What's the 411?
Holy mackerel, y'all must really be out of the loop. Well, for starters, the Texas Medical Center became an official nonprofit corporation in 1945, bringing together institutions such as the MD Anderson Hospital of Cancer Research of the University of Texas and Baylor College of Medicine. The city of Houston donated 134 acres of land in 1943 for the cause, so I imagine it'll only keep growing.
Wow, I had no idea. The Texas Medical Center still serves Harris County today and is a staple in our community that helps so many people. It sure has grown since the 1940s. Are there any new businesses opening or libraries maybe?
Y'all are such a gas with all this future talk. Did you also know that the medical library was created in the 1940s? Or that the Tony Award-winning Alley Theater was founded during this decade too? Women also are getting to be more common in the workplace in order to help our country during the war. Well, if you don't have any books to return, I suppose I should get going.
Wait, do you have any books to recommend to us while we're here?
Yeah, what are some of the best sellers?
Well, we have Animal Farm, and 1984 is around here somewhere. If you want something a little lighter, though, you might try Stuart Little. Do any of those interest you?
1984 came out in the 40s? No way! And Animal Farm? These books have had such a lasting influence on our society, to the point that they became a part of public school curriculums across the country.
Didn't Brideshead Revisited and The Little Prince also come out during this decade? Some of the other bestsellers in the 1940s were A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, The Razor's Edge, The Moon is Down, The Pokey Little Puppy, and Caps for Sale. All of these titles can be ordered through your Overdrive or Libby apps, or they can be ordered by calling your local Harris County Public Library branch to pick them up there. And you also can't forget about all of the influential movies that also came out in the 1940s.
Like Gaslight, It's a Wonderful Life, Citizen Kane, and don't forget Fantasia, Dumbo, or my favorite, Pinocchio. In fact, the 40s was a huge decade for Hollywood. The onset of World War II transformed the industry into arguably the most powerful and effective distributor of wartime propaganda in the country. Classic films like Casablanca owe their existence to Hollywood's efforts to promote patriotism and involvement in the war effort.
Casablanca is one I loved watching with my grandmother. Did you also know that later in 1948, a landmark Supreme Court antitrust case ruled that movie studios could no longer own their own movie theaters? This took away the studio's ability to control which films played at their theaters, sucker punching their business models and marking the end of the Hollywood golden era.
Many films of the decade are available on the streaming service Canopy, which lets you stream movies for free with your library card. Examples include the classic 1943 experimental short Meshes of the Afternoon by Maya Deren, 1948's Oscar-winning Italian film Bicycle Thieves, the 1940 Charlie Chaplin satire The Great Dictator, and the 1941 noir masterpiece The Maltese Falcon.
Wow, it's almost like you're also a librarian or something. How exciting.
And that's not the only thing that's exciting. The end of World War II marked a big decline in acts like big band and swing in favor of vocal pop artists like Frank Sinatra, as he became much more popular in the burgeoning world of television. Elsewhere, country music became a billboard genre in 1949. Polyvinyl records, as we know them today, became commercially available in 1948. Jazz musicians like Charlie Parker advanced the art form with the invention of bebop. And the first mambo that was ever recorded was recorded by Perez Prado in 1948.
While the album format as we know it today was in its infancy in the 1940s, a few albums from the era, like the massively influential folk singer Woody Guthrie's 1940 concept album Dust Bowl Ballads, are available to download free with a library card from freegalmusic.com. They also offer wonderful compilations of tracks from 1940s luminaries such as French singer Edith Piaf, proto-R&B group The Ink Spots, country singer Merle Travis, and the jazz singer extraordinaire Ella Fitzgerald.
Wow, aren't y'all a group of hipsters?
Well, I guess you could say that. By the way, listen to some of these price comparisons. In 1940, the average salary was $1,725, while in 2013, it was $46,000. If you wanted to buy a brand new house in 1940, all you had to have was $3,920, while in 2013, you needed over $200,000.
Wow, I could buy a house and a vacation home. A gallon of gas in 1940 would have only cost you 11 cents, whereas now you'd be out $3.80. Need to go to the grocery store for some bread? In 1940, it would be about a dime, whereas now it would cost you almost $1.98. Want to make a hamburger? You already have your bread. Your hamburger meat in 1940 would cost 20 cents, whereas now it is almost $5. Those are some really big changes between then and now.
Goodness, those prices make me glad to be living in the 1940s. Oh dear, it sounds as though my oven's done preheating. It was nice meeting you all. Even if you are pulling my leg with those predictions, it was still interesting to hear about the potential future. Sorry about your high gas prices.
Well, it looks like we got a pretty good view of the 1940s. Is everyone ready to step forward into 2021?
It's always fun getting a blast from the past. We'll be traveling to a new decade each month to ask questions and explore our library's history in person. So keep an eye out on the Harris County Public Library's YouTube channel and social media feeds to go on another adventure.
See you in the past.
That was awesome. Make sure you tune in next month as our favorite time knots travel to the 1950s to meet Harris County's first TV broadcaster, KRPC's Paul Hoondorf. Now, our next video highlights the music of the 1940s and the musical talents of the Harris County Public Library staff. And if I'm honest, I think the host is really going places. Enjoy.
Here you go, Hemingway's latest.
For Whom the Bell Tolls. Sounds peppy. Hey folks, just checking out a book from my flight through the 1940s. Hey, here's a travel tip for you. They say there's two different types of pilots, and you can tell which one they are by how they land the plane. You're going to want to go with the one that used runways. To say the world changed in the 1940s would be a bit of an understatement. Of course, right here in Harris County, the public library system saw tremendous leaps forward in their continued effort to serve the community. Early in the decade, library branches were opened in both Katy and West University, and HCPL was there all along to help with the war effort. Whether it was collecting books for soldiers and sailors in the Victory Book Drive, or having our bookmobile make 3 stops to Ellington Airfield until we finally just opened a library station at Ellington Field Station Hospital, the library was ready to serve. To celebrate the Harris County Public Library's history in the 1940s, I can think of no better place to do so than Houston's own 1940 Air Terminal Museum. And now for your listening pleasure, the HCPL singers and the Bookend Band performing A String of Pearls.
Till that happy day is great when you come.
Amelia? Amelia? I'm sure they're fine. As we all know, the 1940s was the decade of Rosie the Riveter. American women entered the workforce in unprecedented numbers, proving once again that gender doesn't matter when there are jobs to be done. And Harris County was no exception. Two amazing women held the highest level of leadership in the library system throughout the 1940s. Reba Anderson served as county librarian from 1939 to 1945, and then Bernice Snell followed her from 1945 to 1951. Both women oversaw a tremendous expansion of circulation and services in the library system for Harris County. The end of World War II was in many ways just the beginning for what the Harris County Public Library had in store for Houston. It truly was a time of joy, and what better way to celebrate than once again the HCPL singers and the bookend band singing Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy.
Thanks for joining us on our flight through the 1940s. It was an exciting decade full of growth and change, but one thing that continues to remain clear is the bond of a very beautiful friendship between the Harris County Public Library and the community it supports. The future is definitely looking bright, so why not join us on our continuing journey through history as we soar into the 1950s? And until that time, thanks for the memories.
Well, that wraps up our lunch hour series of both of those videos, along with all of the Harris County Public Library videos created, can be found on our YouTube page at any time. And don't forget to check out the virtual programs tab on the Harris County Public Library.net website to see all of our great programs that Harris County Public Library has going on and what's coming up. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.